So let's talk about bobbins. I love needles, threads, bobbins. So mostly all brothers take a class 15 bobbin. Write that in your phone, write that somewhere, put a sticky on your machine. I've seen people buy an L class bobbin, which can be used for higher performance machines, and try to put that in here. It'll fit in there, but you'll get really poor stitch quality. The majority of brothers here take a class 15. So if you're out and about and, I need more bobbins, you want to get class 15. And I strongly recommend that you buy the brother bobbins that we sell here. Now, if you buy it from an online place that starts with the letter A, you're getting aftermarket bobbins. And what they will do is that they're not made of the same weight, because to balance the bobbin, it has to be uniformly made. So some of the cheaper ones will have heavier on one side and you'll get really poor stitch quality. You've invested money into your machine. Buy the best equipment to continue getting great results from your machine. Always buy a brother one. Now I can tell this is a pre-wound bobbin. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about pre-wound bobbins. My mantra is life is too short to wind a bobbin. Pre-wound bobbins, they are made by a company that's headquartered in Calgary. It's called Wonderfill, and I absolutely love their products. You can actually buy packages. You can buy packages of pre-wound. I typically buy gray, white, and black bobbins. So when I piece, I use gray for everything because it's inside the seam. And now when I'm embroidery, because I am a machine embroidery, I use these for my machine embroidery. The weight of this is an 80, which is finer thread. And I'll talk about weights of threads later. So life is too short to wind a bobbin. The difference between a pre-wound bobbin and a bobbin you wind yourself, number one is obviously the weight of the thread, because if you're using your top weight, it'll be the same as that. A pre-wound bobbin has almost 1.5 to 2 times the amount of thread on a bobbin. So that's less bobbin changes for you. So if you've ever been sewing for the last 2 minutes and you had no thread in your bobbin and you're like, crap, this is what you want to do. Support a local company. Wonderfill is worldwide and they're headquartered in Calgary, and I love, love, love their products. Also with a pre-wound bobbin, it has perfect tension. I have seen students bring their bobbins that they have 3 different colors of thread on it. Never ever do that. Your tension in your bobbin will be terrible and you'll get terrible stitches. So if you need to wind your own bobbin, make sure that you're using only that thread on the bobbin. If you need another bobbin and you don't have any, call the store. They'll put some aside, come pick them up. I probably have 30 to 40 empty bobbins at any one time, because if I'm doing something decorative, I may need to wind some additional thread on it. So that being said, I'll show you the difference between the stitching quality of a pre-wound bobbin and one that we're going to wind now. So we're actually going to wind a bobbin because there will be instances that you need to have specific color thread in the bobbin. So I'm actually using confetti thread, which is a 50 weight cotton from Wonderfill. And I'm going to put it on the spool. And I'll talk about this and the other threads in a minute. So I have my thread on my spool. I'm going to go 1, and you'll see it has a 2 arrow. So I'm going to go around here. This is a tension distance, very important to go around. So you'll notice that your bobbin has a hole in it. You want the thread to go through the hole. Lining it up is always the challenge. I like holding this up here, letting it wind a bit, and then cutting it. So I'm just hitting my foot pedal and get it around the spindle, and then I can cut my thread. I won't go too far on this, but it will go up and down as it's winding up on the spindle. Now, occasionally these need to be adjusted, so I would just call my sewing room, schedule a time, and Leah can adjust to make sure that it is filling your bobbin properly. So I just took my foot off the foot pedal. There we go. Cut it. So you can see my bobbin that's wound compared to a pre-wound bobbin. You can see it's a little thicker on the bottom than it is on the top. So one of the challenges I've also seen is that when students do this, they have cutting here, you can actually cut it. They'll actually get thread tied up around the bottom here. This just pulls right off. You take off the thread. Okay. So I'm going to put the bobbin into the machine. Best to always have your foot up. That way it gives you more room. Remember, it always goes counterclockwise or a P. Around here. And there's a little blade in there. You can just cut it and you're ready to go.